What's up, guys? My name's Chaotic, back at you guys with a date, coming at you guys with another Euphoria of a Drug series. So, we're going to be going over MDMA, known as Molly or Ecstasy, and I'm going to be going over the main effects of this drug that cause the euphoria. So, as you guys might know already, is the serotonin that this chemical releases that causes most of, if not all, of this euphoria that you feel on this chemical. And serotonin is a very important neurotransmitter in the body, so yeah, that's why it has such potent effects, because it is a very potent neurotransmitter. So yeah, let's get into it, man. Hope you guys stay high, stay lifted, and leave it down in the comments if you guys enjoyed this video and what you guys are taking, what you guys are on, man. Let me know. I always love to read those comments, and I love any feedback, and constructive feedback, not dumb feedback. Most people be not doing that, but I always have those comments that are dumb feedback. So don't be leaving dumb feedback. Leave constructive criticism, okay? But don't leave dumb criticism. You can't improve somebody's life if you give them, unstructured criticism. They're just going to take it as hate. That's just what it does. So anyways, let's get to this video, man. MDMA. So MDMA, man, this drug and me go way back. So yeah, first time I took this chemical was in 2017. Yes, it was 2017, in my junior year of high school. And I remember vividly taking ecstasy pills for my first time. And this ecstasy pill I took was very, very strong. It was just nuts, man. So let's get into the euphoria of Molly. So Molly, is methylene deoxymethamphetamine, right? MDMA. So, yeah, it has nothing to do with methamphetamine. It actually changes this chemical structure. Because it has methamphetamine in it doesn't really mean it's methamphetamine. So, this chemical, the onset is pretty fast, I would say. You're coming up within like 30 minutes, But basically, the real euphoria happens an hour or two later when you're on the peak of the drug, because the serotonin has peaked in your body. And yes, so the euphoria is mainly caused by that neurotransmitter serotonin. So serotonin plays a very, very important role in regulating your sleep, your mood, and, also probably plays a role in personality disorders because of that. When you have dysfunctions of neurotransmitters in your brain, i.e., dopamine, serotonin, those are the main ones that you would have a dysfunction with, and maybe sometimes GABA. Basically, they all work in conjunction. If any one of them is off, if you ever have any more than one of the other, basically they downregulate each other. So if you have more serotonin than dopamine, it will downregulate your dopamine. If you have more dopamine than serotonin, it will downregulate your serotonin. So if you're abusing stimulants, your serotonin is going to be downregulated eventually. And if you're abusing MDMA or serotonergic substances, your dopamine will be downregulated. Also the same, I think, with GABA as well. When you take benzos, you downregulate your GABA, it's going to downregulate other neurotransmitters. So if you upregulate GABA, right, when taking benzos as well, it's going to downregulate your serotonin and your dopamine. It's actually going to downregulate both. So it's pretty interesting. So yeah, all your neurotransmitters, just like your hormones, work in conjunction. If any one of them off, yeah, you're going to be having some weird symptoms, just saying. It's probably going to be brain fog, cognitive deficiencies, but other than that, that's basically what you're going to feel. Now, MDMA's main effects is just to blast your ass off. So yeah, the euphoria of the substance is fucking an 11, okay? On a scale of 1 to 10, it's an 11. There's no other chemical that can at all, mimic or get close to the euphoria of this chemical, especially when you've not tried it at all and it's your first time. It will shock your world. It will literally, utterly change your life. Yes, and for the better. If it's not gonna change your life for the better, it's probably most likely to fucking cut shit, and you're taking some bad Molly. So get off whatever you just took, because it is a life-changing drug. If you did not have a life-changing experience the first time you took it, you didn't either not take it enough, or you just didn't take the right, form of it. So yeah, I would advise taking some pure MDMA your first time. Don't even take ecstasy, okay? It's not worth it. I actually ended up tasting MDMA. Like, I remember the very, very, very first time I rolled, I did not actually roll off of ecstasy. It was a little bit powder. I got off the dark web. So I experimented on myself, and I felt a little bit of a roll that day. But my actual first real time of rolling on MDMA was taking the ecstasy pills. So I would say ecstasy pills are generally always more stronger than pure MDMA pills. So keep that in mind. If you're going to buy an ecstasy pill and then later on try to buy a Molly pill, Molly pill is probably going to be less strong because it's more pure, right? Ecstasy pills usually have something cut into it, like caffeine, even Adderall, fucking meth. Yeah, it can have all that shit cut into it. So be careful. And it wouldn't be the Adderall that's prescribed to be like the dextroamphetamine. It'd be like the fucking speed paste shit that they would probably try to cut with. And yeah, maybe some ketamine, something dissociative like that can enhance the role. Maybe even a PCP analog. I remember actually combining a PCP analog with MDMA. That shit was lit. So yeah, the euphoria of Molly, man, is the best described as a boat full of love. So yeah, when you're coming up on it, man, you get this crazy oxytocin-like high. And I think it's that actually contributes most of the feelings. When you take MDMA, it actually does increase your levels of oxytocin. So if you're, it's your love bonding, pair bonding hormone. So if you're around friends, if you're around loved ones while on MDMA, you're going to feel a lot more oxytocin and actually have a lot more of a bond built. But it's going to be a drug bond. So it's not going to be like the real strong bond that you'd have in the real world. It's just a fake temporary bond. Let's be honest. And, I've taken MDMA with friends. I've taken it with girls. I've taken it, but, it's never made me have a perma bond, right? But if you're taking it like in a relationship, probably. That's when it probably has the most bonding effect for your relationship. It can actually totally help couples definitely see their problems in a different light and see each other in a happier light. So it does really help. It does. So that is part of the PTSD relieving depression effect of the MDMA, because it's so damn euphoric that your ass, man, you're too happy to be sad. I remember when I actually abused the fuck out of this shit, even on my worst MDMA come downs, did I still not feel sad. It is the strangest shit. So, like, your brain actually needs serotonin to feel sad, to feel angry, to mad. So, like, it can't make you mad. And all it's going to make you is, like, severely depressed. But you'll be like a fucking couch potato for a few weeks and shit when you abuse it. So, do not abuse it. I'm serious. It has some permanent effects on your brain. It's definitely neurotoxic, like methamphetamine. And actually, amphetamine is probably slightly neurotoxic. But it's definitely neurotoxic. I definitely did some damage from my dumb ass abusing that stuff. But I would say it's just like abusing anything else. You can't recover. So, yeah. The reason why I say it's neurotoxic is because it does have that methamphetamine part in the molecule. That actually does make it neurotoxic, because methamphetamine is inherently neurotoxic. So, yeah. It's really neurotoxic. It will change your brain. It'll alter the way your brain looks on brain scans, just like methamphetamine would. And really, any abuse of any stimulant will alter your brain. It will. It will lead to more addiction. It will alter your brain to literally, like, be more addicted. So it takes time to recover from that. But, I would say if you don't have a good habit of exercising, that is the number one thing you need to be doing if you're using drugs. I'm going to say that right now. If you guys are not exercising, not working out, or at least, taking a walk or something, being proactive in your health, if you're not proactive in your health, yeah, you're susceptible to more come downs, more stress, and just hating shit. So yeah, it's really good to not do that, because exercise increases your BDNF genes, BDNF neurotropic factor in your brain that increases its elasticity. It increases its ability to grow new neurons. That's what it means. So yeah. Definitely exercise if you're ever addicted to MDMA, okay? It's probably the number one thing you can do to recover from that. Not even supplements would be as good as actual exercise, because it stimulates that part of your brain. So, yeah, I think I actually legit recover from all of my MDMA abuse from exercise and being diligent and healthy and, obviously recovering naturally by abstaining from the use. So now I've gotten to the point where I have MDMA on hand, literally all the time. It's like right in my fucking drawer right now. I know exactly where it is. I have almost 10 grams of it. And guess what? I don't have a fucking care about doing it anymore. I just don't give a shit. So yeah, what actually made me addicted in the past was the massive euphoria, like I would say. Before, it was just a fucking 11, a 15, a 20. Like, it was just super crazy. I've never felt anything like it and never will. There's probably no other drug on this chemical list, like on this planet, that can possibly give that euphoria except like a heavier dose of opiates. But then even then, that's not real euphoria. It's like a tranquilized euphoria. MDMA has true euphoria because it's a stimulant, but not just a stimulant. It is an entactogen and pathogen. So it leaves you empathic as fuck. And, oh man, as horny as a fucking wild animal, dude. Like, I have never been so more horny than all. Like, it's just really intense drug. So obviously, yeah, euphoria plays a role in like how horny you get. If you're more euphoric, you're more horny. That just kind of works. It also makes you a bit manic too. I would say, if you have a susceptibility to bipolar and schizophrenia, don't be using this stuff. Don't be using shit that will fuck your brain up already more. Right? Okay. Just take that into consideration. It's really important, man. It's not gonna be doing this shit too much. And 3-month rule, 4-month rule, just to be safe. Okay. Don't abuse this shit. Don't be stupid, okay? I think for me to have abused it, I think it had like some compatibility with my brain. But what's interesting now, like I have more sensitivity to the MDMA molecule. It's weird. It's like my brain remembers the chemical. And so like I don't get the same rolls I used to, but I roll almost as intense, if not more, and on a lower dose now. Like I only need 100 milligrams. Not even 100 milligrams is enough sometimes. Like, I need sometimes 80 milligrams with how strong that MDMA I have. It's so strong, it's so pure that 80, 70 milligrams of it will suffice. It's fucking crazy. So please get some pure MDMA and please stop abusing it. It's not worth it. Now, yeah, there's not really much to describe about the euphoria other than, man, you gotta try it to fucking see, to fly it, man. You gotta try it to be high from it. It's never gonna be enough to hear other people's opinions and experiences unless you try it yourself. That's just how it goes with chemicals this strong and potent. You can hear all the good stories in the world and there'll still be a bad story too. So please do your diligent research. Like I would say, read all of the bad stories you can, read all the good stories you can, but you know, take it with a grain of salt. The bad stories, you know, usually they're because they abused it and shit, or they took something cut with the molly. So yeah, please research as much as you can before you try it. You know, I'd say, you know, look at the bad trip reports first because you can see what you may do wrong. You can see like, you know, you can have an inference into what you can do wrong before trying it, so you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be good harm reduction to read up on those bad trip reports. But like I said, they're mostly just bad experience. Someone took too much. You know, it's really just overdosing. So please don't overdose when you take it. But yeah, man, the Euphoria of Molly is just the craziest drug I've ever done. It's definitely a fucking 15 out of 10, okay? It's just, yeah, you have to try it. You gotta see it to believe it. You gotta be it to believe it, right? So you have to consume it. So, yeah, I had a little stint of being crazily addicted to this shit. So that's how you know it's really euphoric. When a drug's really that euphoric, it's very addicting. I guess that's how my chemistry works. So I've never felt that way from a chemical ever since. And yeah, maybe the closest would be benzos and opiates, but that's because it makes me feel like myself, because I do have a little bit of anxiety, but it comes from just weird experiences. Anxiety just comes from your brain not being used to things. So once you're more used to things, you'll be more happy. That's just the way it works. But anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay high, stay lifted, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this little retrospective of the Euphoria of Molly. So yeah, try it if you haven't. You know, it'll change your life, and it will get rid of any traumas. It'll help you see traumas in a new light. That's the most important part of this chemical, and its euphoria is off the charts. All right, off the chart. That's why I put it above 10. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay high, stay lifted, and I'll see you guys in the next one.